First up, a little trigger warning for police violence. If you don't want to listen about that, maybe stick this one out. No hard feelings. Take care of yourself.
God, I really don't want to go back out there. I keep selling my time, my body. I don't know how much longer I can do this. I used to have morals. I used to stand for something. What changed? I can't keep being exploited like this.
Time to start my shift at Wendy's. Hey folks, Max here. We've talked about the Nordic model and the equality model before on this channel. I'll throw up a card for that video and then you can check that out later. For the uninitiated, the Nordic model refers to a specific set of policies, but for today we'll be specifically talking about the Nordic model as it pertains to full-service sex work. Which, if you're not familiar with the term, I also have a video on that too. Same video, actually, now that I think about it. This policy makes it so that selling sex is not criminalized, however, buying sex and or pimping is criminalized. It's also called the in-demand model. This is relevant, put a pin in it, we'll talk about it later. And the equality model is this policy specifically applied to New York, where, activists like this particular method of decriminalization, if you can even call it that. But Max, what's so bad about that? I've watched Mysterious Skin with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Boy, is he so dreamy. Just this last week, and we all know that Johns mistreat the full-service sex workers. That's exactly the problem. It perpetuates a narrative that all sex workers are exploited, which some certainly are, don't misunderstand me. But this doesn't help them. It'd be like banning the sale of music and banning buying concert tickets, but hey, we didn't ban musicians, did we? We haven't even cracked down on instruments! Yet. But for the starving artists that entered music to just pay their bills, the Nordic model of music still makes their lives hard. That's why we got that cesspool sonified! Where are your fans?
I don't have any fans!
Okay, this metaphor is getting away from me. The point is that the Nordic model does not stop police from harassing sex workers because it's sex workers who know where the clients are. In turn, this would make sex workers less likely to go to police when they're harmed, which is the opposite of what most equality model activists want. In fact, the issue with this idea of ending demand is the subsequent idea that that will end supply, when there is no evidence to support this claim. In fact, even in this article that lauds the Nordic model for cutting demand, stating that Swedish men who buy sex dropped to 7.4% in 2014 from 13.6% in 1996, which, like, not only men buy sex, but that's an entirely different conversation. But on the other hand, this article also reports that advertisements have skyrocketed, saying that a 2015 report by the National Coordinator Against Prostitution and Trafficking found that ads for escort services had increased to 6,965 that year from 304 in 2007. From their perspective, the best case scenario is that supply has stagnated, but there are just more ads. Okay, Max, I get it. Let's just legalize full-service sex work then. You see, the funny thing about that is also no. Legalization regulates folks out of business. If you're a West Coaster, think about what happened to your weed guy. And I'm singling out the West Coast because, come on, East Coasters / Midwesterners, you know that our prices are so high that you still have a weed guy, theoretically, in a video game. But where did he go? Does he sell harder drugs that he doesn't agree with? Does he have a regular job now? Or, hell, maybe he was even lucky enough to open his own dispensary. But for every lucky one, there are dozens of unlucky ones. People that never have their records dropped, and they can't afford to hire a paralegal to assist them in that matter. People that can't get regular jobs because they want to see a clean record. Or they can't own a dispensary because of licensing fees, or the lease in a building, etc., etc. The most vulnerable people will be regulated out, and then Amazon will open a brothel. Or a dispensary in this case, I guess. So, what are they supposed to do? Decriminalization. The difference is that full-service sex work wouldn't be illegal, but it also wouldn't require licensure to do such. Because you may need a license to kill, but you don't need a license to fuck. Of course, decriminalization comes with its own drawbacks based on the bill. For example, in cold Florida, Minnesota, don't you know, weed is decriminalized, but only flower. So if you have edibles or concentrate, etc., take your ass to jail. Wait, what?
Is the weed on the show real?
But the call for sex work is full decriminalization. If you want to join the fight, consider donating to SWOP and support your sex workers. Remember to like, subscribe, ring bell, and have a great rest of your day or whenever you're watching this. Okay, bye!